Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about them in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, yeah, you've come to the right place. Now today is Saturday, and on Saturday we just talk about things we didn't get to talk about the rest of the week, but this happens to be the last Saturday before Easter. And for that reason, I thought that we would kind of talk about some Easter movies that you could watch this Easter that you wouldn't have thought of before. So here are 5 horror movies you could watch this Easter. Let's jump right into it. Okay, if you're like me, you look for those obscure and strange movies to watch during holidays, and one of the most popular types of movies to find are the really obscure horror ones that take place during whatever holiday you are currently on. Because let's face it, there's a horror movie for every single holiday. And Easter is no exception. Now, previously, we have done videos talking about different horror movies you can watch during Easter. We do it every year. I have found a couple more that you could watch. Now, I think that these are pretty good ones as well. Not all of them are winners, but if you're looking for that little something extra to watch this Easter that's not very traditional, that maybe you want to put the kids to bed and you want to watch something a bit more horrifying, these movies could be for you. Now, some of them are a bit sillier than others, some of them are a bit more cliche, but overall, they all have one thing in common. They are not your traditional Easter movies, and that's why we're going to tell you 5 horror Easter movies you could watch this Easter. All right, so first up on our list is Feaster Sunday, a 2020 horror film directed by Brian Papadera. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. And the plot of this movie is Dr. Gideon Lear just wants to put on the greatest passion play his little town has ever seen, but his Jesus has disappeared and his lead actress is distracted by a love triangle with the understudy and a high school sweetheart. Then some filthy guy won't go away and someone is painting ominous warnings on the door. But is this movie the greatest movie ever? No, it's not. I do feel as though it has some things going for it. A bit of originality goes a long way, and this movie does try to be a little bit original with its concept. So that is something that you have going for this movie, the fact that it tries to be a little bit original. Next up, we have The Night Before Easter from 2014. Now, this movie keeps it pretty simple. A group of friends are stalked in a storage facility the night before Easter by a lunatic wearing a bunny costume. So, yeah, that's not that different from the norm. And this is directed by Joseph Henson and Nathan Johnson. Now, I don't know what makes it seem like having a guy in a bunny costume walking around killing people is scary. But apparently, a lot of filmmakers have tried. Now, personally, my choice for that type of movie is Serial Rabbit, but this one tries its best as well. It is just basically what you'd expect. If you're looking for that something different, you could do a lot worse than this movie. If that's not it for you, then there is always the next movie. And coming up next is Easter Bunny Bloodbath from 2010. This one is directed by Richard Mogg. And the plot goes as follows. 20 years ago, young Peter McKay watched his father decapitate his sister on Easter morning. Peter never celebrated Easter again until now. Now, this movie is interesting because it was set in 1987. And of course, this has all of the usual tropes you're used to, the traumatic childhood event, and the killer Easter bunny. But it's also added another one, a secluded cabin. So there you have it. There is a secluded cabin as well. I feel like I'm seeing a pattern here with not only the Easter Bunny killer, but also with this secluded cabin or a secluded place. And sure, that is more of a horror trope than anything, but I'm actually shocked that we've seen so many Easter movies repeat this process. It's almost like they really are trying to build that next killer icon for you, a la Jason Voorhees. And it's just not really going to happen. The Friday the 13th franchise worked because it was different. But the Friday the 13th franchise itself was, in fact, kind of because Halloween happened. And you have to kind of look at that. For years now, different filmmakers have been trying to really lean into that and make this a thing. And this movie is no different. It tries its best. But once again, I have a problem with the giant killer bunny because honestly, a guy in a bunny suit as the killer just always doesn't work. That being said, you could do worse than this movie, just like all the rest of the movies on this list. They are different enough to maybe find entertaining if you're looking for that something different this Easter. So, once again, while the film may not be for everyone, and don't hate me, I'm just the person suggesting some movies that are alternatives, I never promised that any of them were good or bad. And this one is sort of in between for me. I I found it to be really entertaining in some ways. So once again, don't shoot the messenger if you don't like it. But as something different you could watch this Easter, I feel you could do a lot worse. Now, next up on our list is Family Dinner from 2022. And Family Dinner is directed by Peter Hingle. Now, it is about a girl who spends the holidays at her aunt's farm. She does this in the hopes of it helping her to lose weight. But as soon as she starts to arrive, she starts to suspect that something is wrong with this farm. Now, this movie might just be the most original on this list. I don't want to give away what happens. I did enjoy this movie because it is a little bit different than all the rest on the list, but it is also kind of one that you will either enjoy or not enjoy. Now, overall, like I said, just for the sake of it being completely different from everything else on the list, I would recommend checking this one out. All right, so the next movie on our list is The Bunny Killer Thing. And that is from 2015. It's directed by Jonas McCohen, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. And the plot goes as followed. A group of Finnish and British people get stuck at a cabin where they are attacked by a creature. That surprise is half human and half rabbit. Yeah, so you can guess how this one goes. Alright, so that's the list of 5 horror movies you may want to check out this Easter if you're looking for something different. But that is where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys thought of these movies if you have seen them. Let me know which one was your favorite. If you haven't seen any of them, I urge you to check them out if you are looking for that something different this Easter to watch. As always, we want to know what you guys think. Make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this conversation as well. Make sure you hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.